Okay, so I guess we are live at this point in time. Okay, now we're really live. So, all right. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. So we do have a quorum. We can continue on there. My understanding, I checked with everybody, and everyone said they would either be um, here in person or able to go online. So if someone else comes in a little later, that's fine. But in the meantime, as I understand, we do need to do a roll call. So do if well, to begin with, let's call this meeting to order. All right. So that we will do at 4:31. So there you go. We call this meeting to order of the library board for Lake Stevens. So we do have a roll call, and since we've not done this, do people say here? Is that the point?
They can say here or present. You can just go down the list. And if someone's not here, you can just let that space hang and move to the next one.
Okay.
Yep,
All
we do
right.
have 2 members online, so we'll give them time to unmute.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. So, Leah Alvarona.
Present.
Okay. Nancy Joe. Joanne Van Leuven. Not at this point, but soon, hopefully. Kevin Goslin.
Present.
Shaylin Charvet Bates.
Present.
And Melissa Maffio.
Present.
Okay, good. Abe Martinez, present. Emily Stainbrook.
Present.
Okay, and Andy Powers.
Present.
All right, so there you go.
Thank you.
All right, so the first thing to do is the approval of the minutes. They were distributed earlier. I hope you got a chance to read through them. Let's take just a moment and look over them, but if you would like to do that, and if there was anything that you in particular could see that there was any issues, feel free to bring them up. All right. Not hearing anything at this point in time. Read over them myself and I did not find anything. So if there are no additions, corrections, anything else, the way that we have been doing this is by unanimous consent. So that is how we will do that. By unanimous consent, we do approve the minutes. So well done, Leanne.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So looking at new business tonight, I promised that I was going to kind of keep this short, so I haven't introduced any new business for us tonight. Rather, we'll just concentrate on any of the reports. So we'll begin. It has City of Lake Stevens. So I assume you, Caitlin, can give us a report. Is that right?
Yeah, I provided a really brief report inside of your packet. Just some things to highlight. We have received proposals for the historical museum design as well as the city hall project, and staff is negotiating contracts for both projects. So we're excited that those are moving forward. And the city has received the American Public Works Association accreditation, which is an incredibly huge lift. It's taken 3 years. And we had over 350 practices reviewed, and we're one of only 7 cities in the state that is accredited. So we just received that recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That I knew was in the works. So I don't know what it all involves, but surely
Sounds like
that
a lot.
means something. So
Yeah, everybody hauled together, and we're super proud of Public Works and all of the support that the other departments gave them. And we're really glad to be accredited. It's a huge honor.
all right.
Caitlin, is Kim still our representative from the city council? And she's just not here?
Yeah, she's in Arizona, and she was going to try and join remotely if she could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the city at this time? All right.
Oh, I was just gonna ask,
what's the issue with the construction that's happening this summer on Main Street? I heard there was something happening, but I never really heard what exactly was going on.
So I can't give detailed information on that because again, within the city clerk's
Yeah.
office. I know we have our capital projects listed on our website. And if you have a specific question you want me to follow up on, I'd love for you to email me and I could provide more information.
Okay.
Yeah, on the,
I'll take
on
a
the
look
Main
at
Street
the-
construction.
Yeah, Main Street construction. Yeah.
Yep. And I can follow up and send it out to all the library board if it's a common question. So.
I haven't seen, I'm a contractor and I haven't seen
Oh.
anything come out for bid, and usually it has to come out, go out for bid, and then it usually takes a couple months before it starts, so there's not gonna be anything happen on Main Street other than over there what's at the
With
the sewer lift station. That'll be opened up, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, well, that's good to know.
it must have, for whatever reason, been delayed due to
Delayed.
design or something, or maybe because of the summer, and it's the best time to do the work, but
Right.
unfortunately, it also delays, or, gets in the way of other activities. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other questions online or here in the building for what we are seeing here with the city report? No other questions? Okay, well, then let's get to our well, wait, we've got Friends of Library, but I don't see anyone here. Kevin, I do understand. Joanne is here. All right, excellent.
I just have one thing for Friends, so.
Okay, hey, Joanne is with us. She is not Melissa, but that's okay. So, just so you know, we report that
Got it.
she has made it. Excellent. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here for this meeting. So you have,
Oh, I was just gonna say, regarding the Friends, they are still looking for help for Aquafest. So it's just the time of year, I always put in a plug that they need help with the book sale for Aquafest and moving books and whatnot. So
yeah,
if you would like to, they would love your help.
yeah. There's quite a bit of work, especially before and afterwards. I've usually done stuff with that. This year, I'm going to be volunteering with the city, sitting in with some kind of a whatever that is. I don't remember what it, but anyway, so something to do with the city said. So at a table. So
at least there's no hot attic like at the old building. I remember I helped when the building used to be here, and we just have to put the books back up in the attic when we're done, I think. Oh, man,
miserable.
that was hot.
yeah,
There's no other way to say it. It was miserable.
yes, that was the.
Did they just set up a tent or something, or what?
They're gonna be over here in the Sawyer room, is that, or in the mill?
Oh, in here.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have that. So definitely, and if you need information, I suppose that you probably all of us have the email for one or more of the leaders of the either,
Friends.
from the Friends. So feel free to reach out to them, or if not, contact me and I'll get that email address for you. Kevin, I know you go to more of the
Yeah,
meetings.
unfortunately, I missed the last week.
You could, if someone could send out like the
yeah.
sign up genius, that's what they used to do, or like the Google Doc or something like
Yes.
that.
I think that's
I can
how
do
they
that.
have it again.
Yeah, I'm actually signed up to volunteer next weekend at the Aquafest to help out. But aside from that, yeah, that's the big thing that we've got going on right now is that sale.
Okay, yeah. And I know they've had some pretty successful fundraising activities
Yeah, it's been a
and
good year.
yeah, it has been a good year. So I get the reports as well. So anyway, that's been great. Okay. So our library report from Snow Isle, and Antoinette, you can take it away.
Hi, everyone. Happy midsummer. Caitlin, are you able to put the report on the screen, or I can also read through it, but I just didn't know if we wanted to share it out so that everyone could see it.
Just give me 1 second. There
Yeah.
is a copy for people in the room and let me
Oh,
see if I can get it up on the screen.
Okay. So I wanted to start just by giving a brief update about summer reading. Things are going like gangbusters. If you haven't stopped by the library, we started summer reading on June 1st, and we already have almost a full board of finishers. And special thanks to our Friends of the Library for providing support. Finishers get a free book that the Friends of the Library provide, and a sticker after they read 10 hours over the course of the summer. So that's going really well. And to accompany that, we have a variety of programs for all ages. I've listed out some of the programs that we have for July and August for you all in case you were interested, but I just wanted to highlight a few. There is actually a program tomorrow afternoon. We have a couple of spots left because a couple of people just dropped off registration. But we have grow your own oyster mushrooms in a bag program for teens. So if you have any teens who are really looking into growing their own fungi, stop by the library 4 to 5 tomorrow. I also want to highlight the July 24th Sharing Wheels Bike Clinic. This will be the second of 3 Sharing Wheels Bike Clinics that we're doing at the library. We scheduled them on Wednesday afternoons because we get a lot of foot traffic from the farmers market going past the library. They are set up in the back of the library, kind of under our delivery canopy. They will do some basic bike maintenance for you, get your bike tuned up. It is limited to about 30 minutes of maintenance per person. But they'll take all kinds of bikes, unicycles, tricycles, all ages, and it's free. So drop by anytime between 3 and 6 o'clock, and they'll be able to help you and also give you some tips and show you how to keep your bike in tip-top shape yourself too. So it's a really great learning opportunity in addition to a really nice service. We are doing kind of a fun STEM summer drop-in for Aquafest on Friday and Saturday from 12 to 4. We're doing all ages, make your own ice cream in a bag. I just picked up all of the supplies, except for the dairy. We're going to get that closer to the date, but we've got all kinds of fun sprinkles and add-ins, rock salt and ice. So feel free to stop by. That'll be a fun activity for all ages. We have a bunch of programming happening in August. I won't go through all of them, but we've got a good mix of STEM, adult programming, both fun and informational, really trying to hit all age groups. So really encourage everybody to take a look at our event listing on the website or stop by the library. We've got a big poster with all of our events and fun bookmarks that you can take home too. Any questions about summer reading events, programs at the library? Okay, I'll move on to the next part, which is very exciting. We have done a soft launch expansion of self-service hours at Lake Stevens Library. We have sent it out to folks who have already signed up for self-service hours, but you can sign up for an orientation anytime. Just let us know. We can set up an appointment or as staff time allows, take people just as drop-ins as well. But self-service hours have expanded to 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That includes federal holidays. So if you wanted to use the library on the 4th of July, you absolutely could have. And we did. We had a few people who popped in on the 4th of July as well. It's been really wonderful. We've had folks come in as early as 6 and as late as, that 9 or 10 o'clock hour. So it's wonderful to be able to offer the service to let people come in, check out their books, pick up their holds, print things, use the computers, whatever they need to do on their own schedule and not tied to when staff are in the building. So if you're interested in participating in self-service hours, it's open to anyone ages 18 or over. Just drop by the library. The orientation really takes about 5 minutes. And then you get your individualized access code, which lets you use the library 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. There have been a couple of other expansions of self-service hours and meeting rooms and things like that at other libraries. I included that in the report as well, and there are more details on our website too. The last thing I really wanted to highlight is pretty much the most important, and that is the update on the new Lake Stevens Library. I am super excited to invite you all to the groundbreaking ceremony, which will be on September 18th
Oh.
at 11 a.m. It'll be at the Chapel Hill property. And you all are the first people to hear about it.
Wow,
So thank
okay.
you so much. I know that this has been a long time coming. You have all been tremendous advocates and supporters of the library. A lot of you from the very beginning, when this was just a baby idea of bringing a new Lake Stevens Library to life. And so we're so excited to be able to hit this milestone. We are in the very final stages of permitting. We are in the very final stages of putting the construction packet together. We're really hoping, not hoping, we are really making sure that that is as detailed as possible so that we are very clear with the contractors when they bid for the project, they know exactly what they're getting into. Once that's complete, we'll be under contract with the contractor and we'll begin to break ground. And so all of that is on track. The groundbreaking ceremony will be Wednesday, September 18th at 11 a.m.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Yeah.
So the groundbreaking ceremony at the Chapel Hill property will just be the first part of the celebration. We're also inviting the community to a really big community event at the Lake Stevens Library on Grade Road so that we can welcome more people in the community to celebrate this milestone with us. That'll take place on Saturday, September 21st from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And we're going to have activities, a native plant share, a touch-a-truck. I am in charge of trying to find the truck. So if anybody has a hookup for a bulldozer, please let me know. We're going to have some art activities, information about the project, pictures of the designs, people on hand to answer questions. It'll be really fun. We'll have some refreshments. It'll be a big party. So I really hope you'll all be able to attend both celebrations.
That's
I can give you
great.
some recommendations for,
I would very much appreciate that. We're trying to figure out where to put it in the parking lot so that people will still be able to park at the library and attend the event. But we really want to make it a fun and exciting, thing so that kids can kind of, I would like to climb into a bulldozer and see what that's all about. So we're really, really looking forward to it being a really fun, family-friendly, all ages event with a lot of fun activities happening.
Wow. It's terrific. Terrific news. Yeah. That's really great.
yeah.
So,
That's pretty much it for me, unless there are any questions.
quick question about the access, self-service access. So if you, I know that they're doing this at other libraries. If you go through the orientation here, does that get you access to the others?
It does not,
I-
because the setup is a little bit different at every library because our layouts are different. And
Right.
so procedures at another library that may be offering self-service might be a little bit different than, the location of the access pad, for instance, and
Yeah.
things like that. So you do need to do the orientation at, each library that is offering self-service,
Mhm.
but it really just takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. No, that's perfectly all right. I was figuring that would be the case. Other question?
Do you have any information about a new executive director for Snow Isle?
Yes, we just received information that the Snow Isle Board of Trustees is still interviewing candidates. Our executive director, Lois Langer Thompson, has agreed to stay on and postpone her retirement while they're going through that process. I don't have more information than that, but if you have specific questions, I'm happy to investigate and get back to you, but that's the status right now.
Did they do a nationwide search for candidates? Is that what
Yes.
they were looking at? Okay.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so. They engaged a service who helped identify top candidates from around the country.
Okay.
So it is, it's a wide net, but they're really hoping to find the perfect candidate.
And do they have a timeline of any kind?
I
forward?
believe the initial timeline was July.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're about halfway through. So I don't know if that process will be extended. It may just be taking longer than what they had anticipated, depending on how, they gave the timeline before they had finalized job posting and things like that. So I know that Lois had initially announced retirement at the end of July. So I don't know if it'll go beyond that, but July was the timeline that we were given initially.
Thanks.
Melissa has her hand up.
Mhm.
Thank you. And you made my day so exciting. I can't wait to be at the groundbreaking. Is there an estimate? And I know it would be just an estimate of completion of the construction. Do they have some kind of broad timeline?
I do know that typically for a building of this size, it takes between 12 and 18 months for completion. That can be impacted by a variety of things, weather and, supply chain issues and things like that. But that's typically the timeline they give for a building of this size.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions on the report? All right. So any of the information here, Snow Isle district-wide update, that's not anything that we're concerned with? I don't know. I haven't really, it's just about the,
It really is just, we're having some pretty big name authors come through for summer reading, and I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that you are all aware of them. So we have authors for each age group. Those are on Zoom. They're really interactive. Kids can ask questions, but anyone's welcome to attend. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all had the links and the information there. But really wanted to focus on the groundbreaking. So
yeah, absolutely. Sure. No, that absolutely makes sense. So good. Okay. By the way, how did things go with the gosh, now I forgot the book's name.
The Hollow Kingdom.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
How did things go with that whole reading program?
I haven't gotten the stats yet. They were compiling stats. They tracked it through the end of June. That was the official end of Snow Isle Reads Together. And so they're compiling all of that information, and I'm hoping to get the stats, and I'll have that for our next meeting. They have launched the search, or the I guess search is probably the best word. The search for next year's book. They have a variety of volunteers from the community who are reading a bunch of different books and putting together recommendations. So hopefully next year will be just as great as this year was. I know just from anecdotally, the copies that Lake Stevens had, we had 10 copies, and they were all out. They just came back the last couple of weeks of June. So they circulated throughout the entire spring. I'm sure that the print copies don't even compare to what we circulated online, just because typically our ebooks and audiobooks circulated at a much higher rate than our print books.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I listened to it. I was reluctant at first, I will say, some of the coarseness, let's say, of some of the language, but it actually was a fascinating book, interesting premise. And so I will say, okay, good. I would hope that there would be one that might be a little more approachable in terms of the language issues. It's not that that was, everything. I get it. Context is everything when it comes to that, but I could see where some parents might say, I don't think I want to have my teen or whatever, or a younger child reading this one. And I would like to think that there would be something where if it's, Snow Isle Reads and it's the entire Snow Isle group, that we might be able to find something that's just a little more straight and narrow. You know what I'm talking about? So
I do. I totally understand. I'm glad that the book turned you around and that you ended up enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And was one of the goals. That is feedback that we received from some customers. I think that the goal for Snow Isle Reads Together was to have it be an adult program.
oh, okay.
Because summer reading is for kids. And so we wanted to have kind of a companion program so that adults would be all doing something together and would be able to have, events and book clubs and things that focused on adult reading.
Yeah.
But I will absolutely pass that on to the committee and, I know
Wow.
that feedback has been voiced, but I will absolutely pass that on to the
Yeah.
committee.
Sure.
I also did the audiobook and I was like, I don't know if this book is for me when I was starting it. And it won me over, by the time I finished it, it just stuck with me so much, like the unique voice of the narrator. And I liked it enough that I went out and bought the sequel in hardback and the original in hardback because I wanted to keep them forever.
Wow.
And I just hope that next year I hear about the pick sooner because by the time I finished the book, all the events were over. So,
Hmm.
yeah, but I really liked it. I liked that it was a local-ish author and I don't know, it was a fun, unique read,
Mhm.
and I'm not a zombie fan, but this book, the focus on the animals being the narrators of the story was really interesting. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. That really was what they were trying to do, was pick something that not everyone would love and not everyone would hate. And maybe some people would hate it and then like it, or like it and then hate it, because that would lend to more robust conversations about the book.
Yeah.
It's it's a little easier to pick a book that everybody's going to love, right? They're perennial classics. And even a book that everybody's going to hate, like I can give you lists, right? But finding that book that really is going to be like intriguing or interesting. I'm so glad to hear that you liked it enough to read the sequel. I will definitely pass along to the team that maybe some more advanced marketing. This was our first year doing it, so a
Yeah.
lot of it was just trying it out. Some more advanced marketing would really help
That'd
for
be
people.
awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was more commenting because I understood, I had a little bit of knowledge about I guess it was Whidbey Reads was the forerunner or whatever
Yeah.
of that. And, they've got their whole list. I think it's still online of what their past books had been. And they were just, it was like Undaunted Courage, Boys in the Boat. I get it. Those are historical and,
Nonfiction too.
yeah, true, nonfiction. And so getting a fiction that fits into something like that is going to be a little more difficult. But even their fiction, oh gosh, what was the one that, anyway, can't think of the name of it, but I heard the audiobook because I was like fascinated, and it was, unlimited copies available. So there was anyway, so I wanted to just say that, yeah, I enjoyed the book. I had to get over a hurdle to get there, but I'm glad I did. But nevertheless, a little wider net might have been for next year is my one recommendation. So anyway, anything else? Any other comments?
Really not too going to be something that I'd be interested in. And I wonder why Snow Owl needs to go to that edge. I wonder why it can't be a book that's maybe more inclusive, because as a young person, I know you wanted to go to a wider audience. As a young person, I would have wanted to read the adult book, and I would have been disappointed with the language and with the themes. So I just have to say, it says here that I was going to read it and I had every intention of reading it, but then others said to me, you don't really want to read that book. It's not really something that I would enjoy. Don't like zombies, don't like that kind of coarseness. There's plenty of good literature. And so I would just say, going to go out there and limb and say, let's just choose something that's a little bit more acceptable to many more people. None of my friends in either of my book clubs would probably have not asked them, would not enjoy this. And I don't know that we have to be on the edge so much to have something that's very, very interesting and enriching and uplifting for others.
So I'll just chime in as someone who does an all school read every year, and I have to pick a book for 350 families. It does not matter which book I pick. There is somebody who doesn't like it for some reason. But the point of the point of the book is to read it and to talk about it, and then to have those conversations of, gosh, I don't like this book because, and I will not read it again because, but you've still read the book and you're having a conversation with somebody about a book. So it's very difficult to pick a book that many, many people will interact with, but even a negative interaction is still an interaction with a book. So it's not always a bad thing. So
I have a stack of books I'd like to read,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to take the time to read a book that I did not feel would be appropriate. Or I could read something else. So that's all. I understand
Yeah.
the dilemma.
Yeah, but this is, yeah, anyhow.
Thank you both. I will absolutely pass it along to the team. They have a variety of community members who have volunteered to read a lot of books to put forward a recommendation. So it will be, it will be a larger and more collaborative process now that we've gone through our first year, but I'll pass that along. Great. So thank you both.
Yeah. So again, maybe I opened up more than we had intended to talk about on that, but I'm glad that we did, because even that, I think, brings up the conversation. And by the way, I do know that one of the difficulties is that it would be great if they can get, a local-ish author that could be part of something that they do, and that you have many different functions, so that's touching on a lot of different topics and such. And I know that that was part of what you did as well. And I think I admire that. So anyway, all right. Great job there. Let's see, what else? Do we have anything else here? No? Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to ask for any board comments. And why don't we start out online? Is that okay if we start off with our folks online? And it can be, why don't, Melissa, would you like to take that on? Are you up for some kind of comment? Anything, you don't have to, but if you've got some kind of comment, I'll open the mic to you first.
Thank you. I just would say again how excited and happy I am to write on my calendar the groundbreaking. It's such a huge accomplishment for everybody. I know Abe and Shaylin, you guys have been part of this for years, trying to get to this point. And so I just think it's fabulous, amazing, every great adjective I can think. It's just, and I've been telling people about the library, people that I've been talking to in Lake Stevens, and they're just so excited. Some of them didn't even know that where it's going to go, and they're just thrilled. So it's a great day. I'm very excited about it.
All right, thank you. All right, Emily, you have
Yeah,
any?
I just wanted to second what Melissa was saying. And just right before the meeting, my son was asking like, hey, when are they going to get that started? And so now I'm very excited that I can tell him when they are going to get that started. So yay for us. And I know that Abe and Shaylin, you guys have been working on that forever. So Charlotte, and it's just awesome. So thank you.
All right, very good. Well, Nancy, would you like to begin? All right.
Nothing to add to that. I'm excited about it too.
All right. Well, excellent. Okay. Anything that you have for us today?
Yeah.
No? Hey, I would like to say that, I mean, you've been around
Yeah.
this board about as long as me, so
Yeah.
they keep mentioning the two of us.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna
hey.
be, I guess, to see it come to fruition,
Yeah.
From when I started, I couldn't even remember what, and that friend was asking me, why do you still, or, what does the library board do? I guess it's advocated for a new library, that number one. So, yeah,
All right.
glad to be a part of that. Thank you.
Okay. Excellent. Well, Kevin, you want to?
Just like everybody else, I'm really excited. Thank you very much for the news. Also, I guess I would ask any last minute volunteers for next week's Aquafest to help with the Friends of the Library. I will be there in the afternoon, and hopefully I'll see everybody else. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to have anything to share with us?
No
Comments?
No comments today. Reading a lot this summer, enjoying it,
Oh, it's true. Last time we did talk
Yeah.
about what
Last
what
book
we're
I
reading.
finished was Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which is not a very long book, especially an audiobook. It's only about 4 hours, but I'd never read it and it was really good. And I was surprised at how sort of feminist it was for a book written in the 19th century.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
good.
that one. It was made into
Yeah,
a movie a
kind of
few
tragic
times.
story. I've never seen the movie either.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
good narrator.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. All right. Shaylin?
Yeah, and I don't have anything. Thank you for the report. Thank you for, I'm just excited for the 11th. the 18th at 11, 18th at 11.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for sharing, Antoinette. I'm excited. I usually take my grandson down from my house down to Lundin Park on my e-bike with my little trailer. If you see that crazy person, that's me. But I'm excited to go up to the library soon, and he'll be just a fun age to enjoy it so much. And so I'm totally invested and happy and excited about the library company. It's going to be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, well, I am thrilled as well, obviously, and I look forward to seeing, I hope, all of us there. I know it's middle of the day, middle of the week, that kind of thing, but I'm going to take some time off work, by golly, and I'm going to be there because why not? I think we all deserve some time to celebrate together. So
Can I say
Anyway.
something else? Is everyone planning on going? How about if we get together afterwards for a little something? I mean, I could have lunch at my house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not too far. It's on Springbrook, so it's not too far. I'd love to do that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
Just have to make sure if you guys have a quorum that we're
know.
not talking business. So
Oh.
warm place. You guys have to just party together, not business together.
Okay, okay. We will not talk business. So we will talk about that. We've got months to plan and to be sure that we don't talk business.
Is that a Wednesday?
And I will not make any official proclamations. So good deal. All right. So that's really it. With that, as I usually do, we'll go ahead and make it official. Would somebody like to make a motion that we adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right. So Andy has done that. Would you like to second? Anybody want a second?
Second.
Okay, well, there you go. We have a second.
All right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I can see the folks online that said the same thing. So we will adjourn at 5:07. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody coming out for this one, and we look forward to our next meeting
In October.
in
That
October.
seems like forever from now, but.
Yeah.